to do. Sorry for interrupting. Give me 1 second. Let's see if that works. I'm gonna put up our song sheet, which has the next prayer, which is the prayer for the body. Beautiful version by Dan Nichols. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once. Share, hold on. Here it is. Oy, oy, oy. I'm getting there, guys. There's somebody in the waiting room. I'm sorry. Rona Simon is here. And then I'm trying to get the song sheet up. All right, can you see the song sheet? It says Asher Yatzar.
I can.
Yes, awesome. So this song has a beautiful chant that some of us learned at the last musical Minyan many months ago. It goes like this. Oh, 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 oh. I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me realize I am beautiful and whole. I'm perfect the way I am, and a little broken too. I will live each day as a gift I give to you. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh kol basar umafli la'asot. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh kol basar umafli la'asot. We're going to continue with, I know we're looking at all kinds of crazy stuff right now. Give me a second. All right, I am not thinking I'm going to deal with this right now. We're going to go back to the prayer book. And we're going to continue with Elohai Neshama, the prayer for the soul. I'm going to let somebody in. I'm getting there. There we go. Ah! Okay, Elohai Neshama. Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi Tehorai. 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 We continue now with the everyday miracles that we experience. And this is a time I think it's particularly important to remind ourselves of the miracles we get to experience every day, even if we don't get to experience everything we usually experience. We're going to continue with this list of miracles in Hebrew and in English. And the chant is very easy. It's a regular Shabbat chant, and I invite you to join with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor. We continue with Psalm 150. Hallelujah, give praise to God. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, El Bekocho. Hallelujah, Birkia Uzo. Hallelujah, Bigurota. Hallelujah, Kerokulo. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, Beteka Shofar. Hallelujah, b'neda v'chinor. Hallelujah, b'tofu makol. Hallelujah, b'minim ve'ugad. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, b'tziltzalei shama. Hallelujah, b'tziltzalei trua. Kohan shama, tehalel ya. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
And we're to put it onto a number that we.
So I just want to pause just to welcome everybody one more time. Before we continue with the next part of our service, I'm going to go back and see who's here. Good morning, everybody. Just a reminder to mute yourself unless I ask you to unmute yourself. So I'm just going to go through and make sure everybody's muted. Fantastic. And we are going to continue with the Chatzi Kaddish. If I can find my prayer book, where did it go? I lost it. Hold on. Oh, I might have accidentally. Hold on a second. I gotta get it back. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second. Technical difficulties. Here it is. Sharing it with you. I lost it. And we're going to the Chatzi Kaddish. Ta-da! Yitkada v'yikada shemei rabba. V'almadi v'rach yirutei v'yamlich mochutei. V'chayechonu v'yomeichon. U'chayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala. U'bizman kariv. Ve'imeru amen. Yehei shemei rabba mevarach. Le'olam ulam me'amaya. Yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei. V'yitadar v'yitalech v'yitalal. Shemei dekusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran belma. Ve'imeru amen. I invite you to rise for the Baruch Hu if you're able to do so. And before we begin the Baruch Hu, we're doing one with English today that asks these two questions. They're questions that would be really useful if I remembered to ask myself these every day during quarantine. Am I awake? Anybody else feel like they're sometimes not awake? Am I prepared? Anybody else feel like they're not prepared? I don't think it's just me. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yada-da-da-da, 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 yada-da-da-da. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed, Le'olam Va'ed. Yada-da-da-da, 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 yada-da-da-da. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvorei choshech, oseh shalom uvorei et hakol. Hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha berachamim, uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh reshit. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam bechokma asita, mal'a ha'aretz kinyanecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shevach ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al me'orei or she'asita yafa'arucha sela. Or chadash al Tzion ta'ir, v'nizkeh hulanu mehera le'oro. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer ha'me'orot. Ahava Rabba Ahavtanu Adonai Eloheinu Hamla Gedola V'Tera Mamot Aleinu Ahava Rabba Ahavtanu Adonai Eloheinu Hamagedola V'Tera Hamot Aleinu Bavur Avotenu Ve'imotenu Shabbatchu V'cha V'talamdim Chukei Chaim Kein Techonenu Utlamdenu Kein Techonenu Utlamdenu Ahava Rabba Ahavtanu Adonai Eloheinu Hamla Gedola V'Tera Mamot Aleinu Hamla Gedola V'Tera Hamot Aleinu. We continue with the Ha'er Enenu in the second paragraph of the Hebrew. Ha'er Enenu b'toratecha, v'da'avei libeinu b'mitzvotecha, v'yacheh levaveinu, v'ahava u'yirah et shemecha. nagiלה ונשמחה, nagiלה ונשמחה בישועתך. והביאנו לשלום מרבח כנפות הארץ, ותוליכנו פומיות לארצנו. כי אל כל הישועות אתה, ובאנו בחרת וגרתנו לשמך הגדול סלע באמת, להודות לך ולייחדך באהבה. ברוך אתה אדוני, הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך You can be seated if you were standing. We'll continue in just one moment with the Ve'ahavta. Okay. There we go. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvelechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. I'm going to turn in our prayer book to Micha Mocha. But before we join in Micha Mocha, I want to share a poem. And it's a poem I chose looking ahead to next week when we will be observing Yom HaShoah. Not that we're observing Yom HaShoah today. Incidentally, I hope everybody knows about the Federation program. They're doing a couple days early for Yom HaShoah. It's tomorrow. I think it's at 1 p.m. If you don't have the information about that, you can shoot me an email and I'll get you the information. That's tomorrow. But this poem is a famous poem that was found in a basement after the war. And not to say that we're in the same situation, but as we picture the Israelites on the shores of the sea, we can picture them struggling with a lot of doubt. And I think that's true for many of us these days too. Every day sort of feels like, oh, what's going to happen today? There's so many unknowns. And this poem, A Statement of Faith, I think can be comforting to us who are in such a better situation than this person probably was. I believe in the sun, even when it is not shining. And I believe in love, even when there's no one there. And I believe in God, even when God is silent. I believe through any trial, there is always a way. But sometimes in this suffering and hopeless despair, my heart cries for shelter, to know someone's there. But a voice rises within me saying, hold on, my child. I'll give you strength. I'll give you hope. Just stay a little while. I believe in the sun, even when it is not shining. And I believe in love, even when there's no one there. But I believe in God, even when God is silent. I believe through any trial, there's always a way. May there someday be sunshine. May there someday be happiness. May there someday be love. May there someday be peace. We have to believe that as the Israelites stood on the shores of the sea, some of those hopes were in their hearts as well as they sang. We rise for the tefillah. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei hakol, v'zocher chasei avot v'imachot, u'mevii geula livnei v'neihem, leman shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atarav lehoshia, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim. חכמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, ולא כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ורחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיך, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You may be seated. We'll pause now for a moment of silent prayer. Shalom, Torah ubracha. Sim shalom, Torah ubracha. Sim shalom, Torah ubracha. Sim shalom, Torah ubracha. Chayin v'chesed v'rachamim. Chayin v'chesed v'rachamim. Rachamim. shalom Tova uvracha. Sim shalom Tova uvracha. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Sim shalom Tova uvracha. Sim shalom Tova uvracha. Sim shalom Tova uvracha. Sim shalom Tova uvracha. Okay. So we are not going to do a Torah service today because I don't have a Torah at home. I could have brought one home, but I figured it's okay. We can still study Torah together without a Torah service. But since this is the musical Minyan, I thought we should do a song in order to bless our Torah study, of course. This song uses the blessing. It's a song by Dan Nichols. It uses the blessing for Torah study, which we find at the top of this page, which is a regular blessing that ends with the words la'asok b'divrei Torah. So it's not the same as an aliyah for Torah. It has to do with the word la'asok, really interesting word, has to do with engaging in words of Torah. It's a difficult word to translate, but sort of like making busy with the words of Torah, which we're about to do together. Some of you may know this song. It's a camp song. And it uses the concept of the Torah's words being as sweet as honey to us. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. That's the whole chorus. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, la'asok b'divrei Torah. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. So we blessed our Torah study. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second while I find our Torah study. Hey everybody, nice to see you. I was gonna ask for a couple of volunteers if anybody wants to read as soon as I find our sheet. Did I lose it again? I am so ridiculous with this computer. I lost all my stuff again. So if you go to the participants button on the bottom of your screen, There should be a little thing that pops up to the right with a little hand. And so if you would like to read, I have, I think, 4 paragraphs, you can raise your hand. And if you can't find the little hand, you can just actually raise your hand. But I need to go find my, I think I keep closing my, oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. I got it. I just had to find it. What I ended up doing when I wanted to see you before is accidentally closing my browser. So I actually lost all my stuff and I just have to go find it again. Give me 1 second. Here it is. So the Torah portion today is Parshat Shemini. And when I was looking at this Torah portion, you guys all got the prompt that I sent you before, which was about how can we bring holiness into these difficult times, which is a really important question. But it's based on this week's Torah portion. It's obviously a big question, but when we read the Torah portion, I think you'll understand better what exactly I'm talking about. Let me share this sheet and who Lori would like to read. Surprise. So Lori, I'm gonna unmute you and I'm gonna share the screen. I tried to unmute, here we go. Unmute, unmute. Oh, I pushed it too many times, okay. And let's find this sheet. Share. Okay, we see the text, Parshat Shemini. So this is just a few quotes I pulled out of the Torah portion, just in English. And Lori, why don't you read this first? So it says Parshat Shemini, a tragedy, a reaction, and a new normal. Maybe we can already start to relate to these words. Lori, why don't you read the tragedy section?
Okay, Leviticus chapter 10, 1 through 3. Aaron's sons, Nadav and Avihu, each took his fire pan, placed burning coals in it, and sprinkled incense on the flames. They presented this before Adonai, but it was not an authorized fire that Adonai had commanded. Flames of fire blazed down from Adonai and burned them up, and they died before Adonai. Moses said to Aaron, "This is exactly what Adonai meant when God said, 'I will be holy to those who worship me. To them I will show my glory.'" Aaron remained speechless.
So it's a famous story from the Torah. I don't know if everybody knows this story, but if you heard Rabbi Sam's sermon last night, he gave a couple of explanations about why the rabbis think this might have happened, like why God would have killed these 2 people who were trying to make an offering in the tabernacle. But the reason there are so many different explanations is that we don't know. The Torah doesn't say. There's an awful, awful thing that happens, and the Torah doesn't say why. And as you can see from this paragraph, Aaron's first reaction is actually to remain silent. So that's not the reaction I was talking about, but it's part of his reaction. Does somebody else want to read the next part, the restrictions? Oh, I can't see everybody right now. Alan, do you want to read?
Go ahead. Moses said to Aaron and his 2 remaining sons, Eleazar and Ithamar. It must have been sons, not sons. Okay. Moses said to Aaron and his 2 remaining sons, Eleazar and Ithamar, quote, "Do not mourn them by tearing your hair or your clothes, or Adonai will get angry and will also strike you, and you will die. As far as your brothers are concerned, the entire community of Israel can mourn for them. You are a priest, and you must not leave the entrance of the meeting tent, because Adonai's anointing oil is still on you, or else you will die." They did as Moses commanded.
So further complicating a difficult situation. right? So Aaron's sons die, and he is told, you have to stay here. You can't go out. Any parallels popping up for anybody? When I was studying this text, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the story of our lives right now. And it was written thousands of years ago. It's amazing. I think I saw Joe and Elaine's hand raised. Does somebody want to read the reaction from the Jacoby household?
When Moses asked about the goat for the sin offering, he was told that it had already been burned. Moses became angry at Aaron's sons, Eleazar and Ithamar. He said to them, "Why didn't you eat the holy sin offering in a holy place? It was especially given you to remove the community's guilt and to atone before Adonai. Since its blood was not brought into the inner sanctuary, you should have eaten it in a holy place, as I instructed you." Their father Aaron answered Moses, "Today a tragedy happened, and I lost my sons when they sacrificed their sin offering and burnt offering before Adonai. If I had eaten the sin offering today, would Adonai have been pleased with me?" Moses sadly forgave Aaron when he heard his explanation.
So this section, I actually wasn't originally planning on including in the text because it's not what I want to focus on. But I thought it was a really important point to bring out. So Aaron at this time doesn't have typical reactions to his sons being killed, right? He doesn't moan and cry. He doesn't beat his breast. He first remains silent, and then he has this quirky little reaction that involves his ritual responsibilities. And this is the moment that illustrates that Moses did not understand what Aaron was going through. And I thought this was very instructive. Like, here it is in the Torah. When we are in a time of crisis, every one of us has reactions that we could not have predicted, right? We find ourselves feeling very strange things that seem to not align with what's going on in our lives. Even though we have common sense and we know, we understand, sometimes we feel out of alignment with that. And just this beautiful teaching from the Torah to remind us that we can't understand what other people are going through unless we ask them, right? We cannot make assumptions about how other people are reacting based on our own reactions, right? We have to engage them and ask them, why are you doing that? What are you feeling? As Moses did with his brother, because before he asked him, he was furious that he had not fulfilled his responsibility in the tabernacle. And does somebody want to read? Elaine, I don't know if you want to read as well. Janet has a thumbs up, which is adorable.
The new normal, is that what you're?
Sure. Elaine, go ahead. Go ahead, read the new normal, yeah.
Adonai spoke to Moses and Aaron and told them, "Speak to the Israelites and instruct them. These are the only land animals that you may eat. You may eat any animal that has split hooves and chews its cud. However, you must not eat the following cud-chewing hoofed animals. You must eat the camel, although it chews its cud, because it does not have a real hoof. You must not eat the hare, even though it brings up its cud, because it too does not have a real hoof. You must not eat the rabbit, even though it brings up its cud, because it does not have a true hoof. You must not eat the pig, even though it has a true hoof, because it does not chew its cud. You must not eat the flesh of any of these animals, and at no time shall you touch their carcasses, because they are unclean. I have given you these laws so that you can tell the difference between the unclean and clean animals, between the animals that you may eat and those you must not eat."
So at first glance, this seems pretty bizarre, right? And a lot of times we say, oh, well, the Torah is just stitched together from these 4 documents, so this is just a portion that has different stuff in it, right? But in actuality, these laws of kashrut that come immediately after this horrible thing that happens to Eleazar and Itamar are a reaction to the event, And the reason I put all of this specificity down here, so this is only the first category of kashrut laws as it relates to animals. And the specificity that is even in this category is intense, and it's a little bit crazy. And it's about following exact laws to create holiness in the aftermath of a situation where someone was trying to create holiness and something went horribly wrong. Okay, and we see this many times in the Torah. We'll see a story, a crazy event, and then after that, a whole bunch of laws. And it looks just like, oh, they just stitched that up there. But actually, if you look at them in juxtaposition to each other, it makes a ton of sense that when something happens that's out of control and crazy, you then try to create control. You try to create a controlled way to create holiness within your community. So my question about creating holiness was in a very specific lens about, in this situation where so many things are out of our control, my question is, what can you do? What can we all do in our lives to create holiness? And I really am interested in the answer to that question. And really am curious if you guys, so people can unmute if you want to. If you have something to say, you can unmute yourself. If you're having trouble, let me know. And share with us something or a few things that you can think of how to create holiness in your life during these unusual times. Who wants to share something?
I think we probably can do so by making sure we take care of the people that we love, by calling them, by seeing if they're okay, by making sure we keep contact, that we don't just stay in our own space.
Great. I'm actually going to take notes on what we come up with.
Jen,
Yes.
one of the things we have to do is take care of, make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. And in that, making sure that we're not just stewing in our own juices, that we,
Great.
you know, venture to communicate with people and, you know, call the grandkids, call your family, call your neighbors.
Are you talking to me or someone else?
Great. Yes.
And so that's, you know, that's what we do is, you know, and luckily we're together.
Okay, so what are you
And but it's very hard to be unable to leave the house that often.
I'll call up and bitch about the other stuff, okay?
So you call people, stop people that are walking by and say hi.
You know, Glenda, you said something I think is really important. I just want to stop on that for 1 second. Is you didn't say this exactly, but you said it's really hard, right? And
Mhm.
I think one really important ingredient here is remembering to be honest with ourselves. And it's okay that it feels hard, right? If we sit here and say, it's okay, you know? And of course it is okay, right? I'm fine, my family's fine, you know, but the part of it that feels hard is very important, and being able to admit that that feels hard and then being able to address it instead of trying to say, we're fine, is very important.
Yeah, I'd like to connect to that. Some of the things I've been thinking about this week as I reflect on what's difficult for me and the conversations I'm having with friends and family is that, well, a couple of things. One, there's these cycles where, like, today I woke up energized, 6 o'clock, ready to go, happy to be alive. Yesterday I woke up, everything was dark. It was just dark all day for me. And I talk to people and they're having these same sort of cycles where one day everything seems fine and another day it's not fine at all. And giving ourselves, allowing ourselves the space to have both up and down cycles and just holding the space for that for ourselves and then for other people too. Different people are having depression or anxiety come up at different times, and maybe just holding the space for others as they're going through that, and not necessarily trying to talk people out of the mood they're in, but hold that space for them to feel it in that moment, and let that be okay, knowing that the next moment will bring new hope.
Beautiful.
On a different note, whoops,
Rona.
yeah. I agree with all of this. This is an emotional roller coaster with lots of downs. But what I find is you have to find, for me, find some subset in this crazy world of normalcy for yourself. We have some kind of a little routine. Do some things that you can do for yourself. I mean, I'm not shopping, so there's a lot of busyness during the day is no longer there. Not seeing people that I'd love to see, but I try to do my exercises. I do my Tai Chi. Yes, Alan, I do my Tai Chi. And I try to make sure the bed is done in the morning, eat our meals kind of regularly. Sounds simple and crazy, but there has to be some kind of routine, some projects that I want to do, not get obsessed by them because it's an overload and it's too much. You got to find the happy medium where you have something to do where life is going on. But it's a learning experience every day because every day is a little bit different. It's hard. I agree.
Wonderful. So I even wrote down, Rona, some of the specific things that you said, because, you know, that could be informative to somebody else. Like, oh, a routine, like, I didn't need a routine. I didn't think of that. Do you know what I mean? But that's the kind of specificity that's in this Torah portion, right? It's not just generally don't eat animals that you cut or whatever the rules are. It's this animal, not that animal. I mean, it's like a very specific recipe. And I think the recipe for each of us is different, but we can still learn from each other what that recipe is of how to sustain ourselves during this time. Other ideas?
Hi.
Mom.
Hello.
Hello.
Daniela. I agree with absolutely everything that's been said so far. Reaching out and routine, but what I'm finding is very sustaining is thinking of people I haven't been in touch with for a while who were part of my life. And as soon as I reach out with a telephone call or an email, I get a response immediately. So it's just connecting with people I love, like Jen and her family and her brother and his family, but also reconnecting with a lot of people more important to me who are becoming very important to me right now. That's it.
That's great. So you're helping them also. You know, everybody's craving connection. So it might take a leap of faith to reach out to somebody who you normally don't talk to, but chances are right now they'd be really receptive. Great. Good. Anybody else have anything to add? Okay, I think, yeah, Glenda, wait.
Oh, I'm still muted.
Go ahead.
I find that part of the ritual of my life is very important. You know, we went to Friday night services a lot. I really appreciate the fact that we can bring that into our home. And like this program, you know, it's something that I look forward to during the week, knowing that we were going to have this. And I love your Havdalah service. You know, we find that really enjoyable, and your kids and stuff. And it's short and sweet, but it's part of the ritual of you know, a situation. I think before when they were in the desert roaming around, they looked to the rituals of the religion to keep their lives in focus. And I think being in quarantine the way we are, we're rediscovering a lot of that focus that comes from these gatherings, and maybe not strictly religion, but the ritual of it. And I think that's important.
I wanted to add to that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Elaine, go ahead.
Talking about these rituals, and we've certainly been participating in most all the things the temple's been doing, and really getting an awful lot out of it. And we're doing all the other things that everybody has mentioned, and it has really helped both of us. And I think for us, we're particularly lucky because we're together and we're not by ourselves. And I think that is an added bonus. But there are things going on, life cycle events for our friends that continue to go on. There's a birthday today, there was a birthday yesterday, there was a birthday a few days ago, and we have found creative ways to celebrate and to acknowledge and to let these people know that they're still cared for and loved. So we had a drive-by birthday party for one friend. Another one, we went over and to his home yesterday and delivered a little birthday ditty and sang from a great distance. And today we're going somewhere else to celebrate someone else's birthday. So it's important to acknowledge special events that are continuing to occur, as well as the ritual events and routine and reaching out to people and taking care of ourselves, all of which are keeping us going.
And I would say also that everything everybody has said has been so important. But in the other thing I would like to add would be that if you hear that other people are doing a lot of things like cleaning their closets or their bookshelves or whatever, and you know that's something that you want to do at some point, don't beat yourself up if you haven't done it yet. You do what works for you. I mean, I would love to say that my closet is all cleaned out because it needs it, but it's not. I'm doing other things. I'll get to it eventually, but I can't beat myself up because I haven't done it yet. Or at least I shouldn't.
That's beautiful. That does go also a little bit to the Moses and Aaron situation, the misunderstanding. Like, we've said a lot, Ryan and I have said a lot to each other, remember that other people are not in the same situation as you. Particularly for us, we have young children at home. We're very hesitant to ask for help from other people. I say, remember, that colleague doesn't have young children at home that they have to teach all day. It's okay to recognize that maybe they can take something from you, just like at another time you could take something from them.
I'm not sure if, okay, I guess I unmuted. I guess, I agree. Again, all of the things most people have said are things I think Marva and I are trying to do. Going outside is a big perk because you're aware, and this is a season when things are constantly changing and blooming, and it gives you a better feeling too when you can see some of those things happening. And sometimes we've been outside and maybe a neighbor's been outside, you have a little bit of conversation or something across the road from each other, but that's another nice thing as well. And I think because we focus a lot on how we're feeling, and that's actually part of it, we can't necessarily change that, but when you really start thinking about other people and maybe just something nice that you have the ability to do to make someone's day a little brighter, whether you cook something and you take something, or you arrange to share it with a neighbor or something that lives alone, or just paying attention to what's going on and all the beautiful things people are doing for each other. So it makes me feel good if I can do something like that.
Nice. Great. This was an amazing conversation. I want to bring it to a close because I know we're really late. I mean, so many technical issues. I hope you don't have anywhere to be.
Yeah, that's funny.
We have a couple more things to do, but was that funny? No, it's funny because I was running late from another thing. So I want to read the list back to you because this is an amazing list, and maybe I can even share it, more widely with the congregation. So our Minyan rules for holiness that we came up with this morning. Call people to check in that they're okay. Make sure you keep in contact with other people. Take care of ourselves. Monitor your own emotional state. Be honest with yourself. Admit that this is hard. Accept how you're feeling at any given time. Be gentle to yourself. Listen to others and create space for other people to speak. Find some normalcy somehow. Create a routine. Exercise. Keep your house neat. Find regular times for meals. Find projects to do. Find a happy medium where you have something to do, but you're not overwhelmed that life is going on. Learn a little bit every day. Reach out to people you haven't been in touch with for a while. Put things on your calendar to do. Maintain rituals. Find things to focus on. Celebrate the things that should be celebrated. Scooter says hi. Be creative. Be kind to yourself. He's like, enough talking, everybody. Don't compare yourself to others. Go outside if you can. Think of nice things you can do for others, and also appreciate the beautiful things people are doing for other people. That's really helpful because we can't all think of those things at the same time. I'm a little bit nervous that my computer's going to run out of battery, but if that does, I'll go run and plug it in. Before we continue, I want to continue with Misha Berach for healing, which of course we cannot pray enough for healing during this difficult time. Now, hold on a second, I just lost you guys. Can you guys see the prayer book?
No.
Ugh.
I have one.
Hold on. I can do this. I think I know what I did. I forgot to push a button first. There we go. Bring my shared window to the front. I don't know what my shared window is. Stop. I'm gonna try one more time. Just one. I did it.
Okay.
Almost.
Jen, could you mute whoever has the bird?
That's me.
Oh, it's your bird? Okay.
Yeah. So now I can't make this bigger for you anymore. I don't know what's going on here. Wait.
Mute the bird.
They.
She can't. It's her bird.
Just mute the bird. I seriously have no idea what happened. All right, I'm gonna try one more time. Hold on. This is one reason it's taking so long. Got it. I know I didn't share. One day I'll get the hang of it. I think we'll be doing this long enough that I'll become an expert.
I think it's pretty miraculous we can do it at all.
Uh-huh. Did I do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll join in the Misha Berach together for everybody who's suffering from this terrible plague, for all of their relatives and friends who aren't able to be with them, and for strength, also praying for strength for all of our healthcare workers at the front lines. Misha Berach, Avot strength, who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishabera imotenu Makor habracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We are going to begin with our concluding prayers. I'm going to turn to the Elenu and invite you to rise if you're able to do so. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kachol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. I'm going to invite you to be seated. I'm just going to walk my computer over to the plug so it doesn't die as we prepare for Kaddish. One second. Oh my goodness. Okay, I plugged it in. At this time in our service, we pause to think of those who are no longer with us. And I'm guessing most people know, but in case anybody doesn't know, our condolences especially go out at this time to Glenda, who lost her mother this week. So our thoughts are with you, Glenda, and your whole family at this difficult time, and we're all thinking of you. We remember especially those who have passed away in recent days and weeks, or whose Shiva or Shloshim are still being observed. Nikki Berman, Mary Lou Casey, Elaine Gilbert, Janet Gilbert, Bernice Katz, and Rabbi Alan Sokobin. We also think of those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of death, falls on this Shabbat. Irv Edelstein, Dr. Abel A. Applebaum, Jan M. Barkan, Daniel B. Burtman, Selma Cohen, Gerald Jerry Cooper, Lucille R. Farber, Norma Fishbein, Charles J. Freund, Dr. Sam Friedmar, Claire W. Gerber, Nathan Goldman, Dolores D. Herman, Bertha W. Jacobs, Ida Jaffe, Sadie Kobacker, Helen Ring Kolaski, Leonora Leeserman, Ronald David Levi, Morris C. Lobert, Edward Mayer, Samuel D. Miller, Irene Miller, Harry Carnes, Louis Codlish, Harriet Pollock, Erwin Rosenblum, James Rudolph, Samuel Russell, Edward Schwartz, Mona Shodis, Samuel M. Solomon, Sarah Dreyfus Saville, and Roy Truehaft. We rise together as one community to recite the words of Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma Divarach Hirutei V'Yamlich Malchutei, V'Chayechon U'V'Yomechon U'V'Chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala U'Vizman Kariv V'Imru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam U'Almei Almaya, Yit Barach V'Yish Tabach V'Yit Pa'ar V'Yit Romam V'Yit Naseh, V'Yit Hadar V'Yit Aleh V'Yit Halal Shemei Dekudsha Brichu, La'elan Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata, Tushbachata V'Nechamata, Da'miran Be'alma V'Imru Amen. Yehi Shalama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chaim Alinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Alinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. May this verse of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And we say together, Amen. We're going to close with Oseh Shalom, the last words of the Kaddish. Oseh Shalom B'Imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imru Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear.
So if anybody
Shabbat
remembered to bring their Kiddush, I know some of us did, some of us didn't. We'll join
Yeah.
together in Kiddush and Motzi together. One moment, please.
I gotta bring. I need the bread and.
I'm having something else. Doesn't matter.
Is everybody ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Thank you, Cantor.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Have a good day, everybody.
Burns for my
Shabbat shalom.
See all of you.
Bye.
Nice to see everybody.
Shabbat
Thank you,
Shalom.
man.
Enjoy the sunshine.
Thank you.
Bye.